In this video, we're going to go over how to turn a strategy from the TrendSpider strategy tester into a live trading bot. A live bot is exactly what it sounds like. It's an automation that sits there in the background and watches the market and lets you know or performs an outside action when entry and exit conditions trigger. It's important to note that before the strategy tester and trading bot capability in TrendSpider, this capability was outside of the reach and ability of most retail traders. Most of us are not software engineers. Most of us do not work in hedge funds where we have a team of engineers to lean on. So this was something that was truly out of reach for most traders. And what this capability does is gives you the power to trade like the pros trade. So we've just run a backtest. This is a strategy that I've played with a lot. It's a Donchian channel crawl strategy. It uses two Donchian channels to attempt to estimate the direction of price, and it either goes long or exits a position based on them. And you can see on this particular asset, SPXL, it seems to perform very well. This is because it was designed for this asset. It's designed to run on leverage ETFs like SPXL, but that also means that it looks really good, and maybe I want to automate this strategy and have it run for me so I don't have to constantly look at it and decide if it's time to buy or sell. To do that, all I have to do is click Launch as a Trading Bot. That will open our bot configuration dialog box. And here I can define the conditions that my bot will follow, what it will do when an entry or an exit triggers. The first thing you can do, obviously, is you can give it a name. I'm going to leave it as a default because it doesn't matter. Next, we can choose a strategy. Since I launched this bot from the strategy tester, the strategy that I was testing is pre-selected, and so is the time frame that I was testing on. This strategy was running on a 30-minute time frame. It's called strategy 1, and that's what's selected up here. In the next block of options, I need to define what to do when entry and exit conditions from the underlying strategy trigger. I can have it text message me with an SMS message. I can have it email me with an email. Or I can have it connect to some outside system and trigger a webhook. Webhooks are very powerful because a webhook is how you can make a bot actually place a trade in your brokerage account. But that's not the only thing that it can do. It can also post to Twitter. It can post to a Discord channel. It can send you a message using some other means besides text message and email. It can trigger some other type of action like a bright light flashing or a horn buzzing. There's all kinds of things that you can do with webhooks. And the important thing to remember is that the internet is built on these. So most systems out there support webhooks and can use them. TrendSpider has a product called SignalStack that allows you to turn a webhook into a live order in your brokerage account, but is by no means the only thing that you can do with a bot. You can also start a bot with just text message and emails and enable webhooks later when you're comfortable with how it is working. Additionally, there's one other option that you can't disable, and that's to put entry and exit markers on your chart. So when you have a strategy that's running, it's going to put entry and exit markers on the chart automatically. That will show you when the strategy triggered an entry and when it triggered an exit, and each bot will have a unique color. So if you have multiple bots running on the same symbol or the same set of symbols, you can see the differences between their various signals. Next, we can configure if we want control notifications only or if we want verbose notifications. Control notifications give you insights into the bot's behavior and thinking. When you have critical only selected, you'll only be notified in events that are critical in nature. These are generally events that revolve around the starting and the stopping of the bot. If the bot fails or needs to shut down for any technical reason, this is what a critical notification is. If you set it to verbose, you're going to get more notifications that are a little bit more verbose about the thinking and the decisions that the bot is making as it's running. And similar to your actions, your entry notifications, you can also define how you want to be notified for these types of actions as well. You can get a text message, or you can email, or you can get both. If your bot has a webhook configured, there will be a final section at the bottom which lets you define the behavior of the webhook. This is things that relate to error handling. What happens if a webhook fails? What happens if a webhook fails on entry? You can configure and tell the system what to do when any of these conditions occur. So keep that in mind when you're building an automation, that if you're actually having it trigger outside actions, there's additional criteria that you need to look at and define before you can turn it on. We're going to disable webhooks for now, and we're just going to launch the bot, and that's it. The bot's now live, and it's checking the market from the cloud, and that means I don't have to check it myself.